In this video I'm going to discuss Cisco Discovery Protocol, or CDP. Cisco Discovery Protocol, or CDP, is nothing more than an information gathering tool. The information that this tool gathers can be used by network administrators to get information about directly connected Cisco devices. It is Cisco proprietary, meaning that it's only going to work on Cisco devices, such as Cisco switches and routers. CDP does operate at layer 2, or the data link layer of the OSI model, and it will start up automatically on Cisco devices. To view the information that CDP collects, there's two different commands you can use. The first one is the show CDP Neighbors command. This will display the following information: the neighbor device ID, the local interface, hold down time value in seconds, the neighbor device compatibility code, such as if it's a switch or a router, neighbor hardware platform, the neighbor remote port ID. The show CDP Neighbors detail command will give you that information plus a little bit more. It will give you IP addresses, which can be useful for determining if an IP address configuration error has occurred. This next slide here, this diagram is meant to show how CDP operates. We can see here that CDP messages would be sent back and forth to these devices if they are Cisco devices. This diagram does not necessarily go with this output here that is shown. In this output we have router R3, and they do a show CDP Neighbors command. That R3 has two different neighbors. It has a device S3, which is a neighbor, which we can see as a switch. The compatibility S stands for switch, and it looks like it is running the IGMP protocol as well. R2 is another neighbor that we have. R2 is an R, which means that R2 is a router. The local interface that it's connected to is our serial 001. So on the other side of our serial 001 is R2. Connected to our fast Ethernet 00 is S3. Port on the local device, so S3's port that's connected to, is the fast Ethernet 0/6. So R3's fast Ethernet 0/0 connects to S3's fast Ethernet 0/6. We can see that the router is an 184100 series router, and the switch is a 2950 switch. What the hold down time is used for is it's used to keep track of our neighbors. If we do not receive a CDP message in a certain amount of time, we will mark that neighbor as inactive and eventually remove them from this list. Show CDP Neighbors detail is listed here in the second output. We can see our first device that we have R2. We can see that R2 has an actual IP address of 192.168.1.2. We can see that the router is an 184100 series router. It has capabilities of a router, of a switch, and it has the IGMP protocol being used. We can see our interfaces here as well, and the hold down timer. If you were to scroll down, you can get some more information as well. So both of those commands can be used to get the information that CDP collects. To disable CDP, you can do it one of two ways. You can disable it globally. When you disable it globally, it will disable it on all interfaces of that router. Here's where they do it globally. In global configuration mode, they type no CDP run, and that will disable it. Or you can disable CDP only on an interface. So if you only want to disable it on a specific interface, you would get into that interface and then do a no CDP enable. CDP can potentially be a security risk because you could sniff those CDP packets and you could view information about your devices on the network. So for some scenarios, you may want to disable CDP to make your network more secure. Also, CDP can use very minimal bandwidth. If you want to preserve all the bandwidth that you have available, disabling CDP can help preserve a little bit of that bandwidth. That's it for CDP. Hopefully after watching this, you have a little understanding of how CDP operates and what it can be used for. I encourage you to do the CDP Discovery Packet Tracer Lab that will show you how to use CDP to discover your neighbors and build a network topology map. Thanks for watching.